Hello everyone, so today I am testing out a foundation. This is the COVERGIRL Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I have had this for a couple months, but I hadn't used it yet, and I wanted to put it to the test. Everybody says that with dry skin, it's amazing, and my skin is so dry, so I'm always looking for a good foundation to not cling to any of my dry patches, to just make my skin look healthy and glowy and good. So I am doing a wear test with it. I have it on right now, and then I'll check in with you guys at the end of the day and show you what it looks like. If you guys are new, hey, my name is Liz. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so that you're notified for all of my future videos. So if you want to see me test out this foundation, then just keep watching. Oh, hello. Today I am going to try out the COVERGIRL Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I got the shade 705 Ivory. I think this was the lightest shade that they had. I looked around so many different stores and I couldn't find my shade in this ever. I bought this a couple months ago and I still haven't tried it. I put some on the back of my hand to see if it was the right color. I don't know if it is or not, so typically I'll mix my foundations, but I do want to test out this one on its own, so I'm not going to mix them to try to change the color or anything like that. I just want to see it in its own formula. I already moisturized my skin, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to use that as a moisture and primer today. So I'm just going to get started, and I'm rocking this crazy mom bun style today because I can't be bothered to do my hair. So I am just going to take some on the back of my hand. I'm just going to take one pump, and I did hear from a lot of other reviews that this is supposed to be good for dry skin, and my skin is so dry, so anything that people say works for dry skin, I am all about. This is just a Real Techniques sponge, so I'm just going to blend this all over. It does have a slight scent to it as well. I don't know, maybe like a little perfumey smell? I don't know. So if smells bother you, I can see this being a bit too much, because it is pretty strong. So I just used a whole pump on one side of my face, and I'm just going to take, maybe that first pump wasn't a whole pump, because that seems like a lot more on that side. So maybe the first time was more like half a pump. I'm not going to use a brush right now just because my skin is extremely dry right now. I can use brushes when it's a little bit better than this, but because my skin is so dry at the moment, it just pulls up all of the dry patches. I know that it won't look very good if I use a brush. And I just do a little bit on my nose because that is my driest spot of my face, and I get a lot of dry patches right on my nose, so when I put too much makeup on it, it stands out a lot no matter what I do, no matter what I use. I still have about that much left on my hand, so I would guess that I used like a pump, maybe a little more than a pump, so I didn't have to use that much product, which is really nice. It actually is not looking bad. It didn't cling to any of my dry patches, so none of my skin is like pulling up, especially in the creases around my nose. That happens a lot, and I don't see any makeup settling there. I'll zoom you in so you guys can get a closer look. Alright, so I don't know how well you guys can tell on camera. It gives a nice like luminosity to your skin as well. As for color match, it's really not too bad. Maybe it's a tad bit on the yellow side. I can tell that my neck is lighter than my face, but I can also fix that with some concealer. So I may, in the future, drop some like white foundation drops into it just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. But I'm going to go in with concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I really like this. It glides on so smoothly. And then I'm also going to go in with the NARS Creamy Concealer. I'm just going to do a couple dabs to help just kind of brighten up my under eye. So then I am going to take my Makeup Forever HD setting powder on a Morphe E53. I'm first just going to make sure I have no creases around my eyes. And then set my eyes. Alright, so I want to look at it now that I have put powder on. Obviously, I am still going to set my face once I'm done with the rest of my makeup, but so far it's still looking pretty good. So far, so good. I'm going to put some bronzer on. This is just the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I'm just using a Real Techniques blush brush. Does anyone else struggle putting makeup on the opposite side of their face of their dominant hand? Because I'm right-handed and I always struggle to put makeup on the left side of my face. Just me? No? No? So I'm just going to keep it pretty simple today. Bronzer. I'm going to throw some highlight on real quick. This is the Tarte Exposed Highlight. Okay, I am going to finish my eye makeup. I'm just going to do this off camera just so that this video isn't a million years long. And I will be right back. If you can hear snoring in the background, that is my dog. So I got the rest of my makeup on, and the last thing I'm going to do is set it. This is the MAC Prep and Prime Setting Spray. So I'm just going to give this a spray and see how well the powder melts into the foundation. Okay, so up close, I'm actually really liking it. So far, so good. I'm actually really liking it. It hasn't attached to any of my dry spots, or it hasn't settled into any of my lines right by my nose. And so I'm pretty happy with that. So I am going to wear this throughout the day. Right now it is 1:44 p.m. and I will check in with you guys later. Now it's 7:39 p.m. and to most people that's not late, but to a mom of a 2-year-old and to a 2-month-old, I'm tired. And my hair has progressively gotten crazier. So I think it's held up pretty well throughout the day. I have a little bit of breakup on the tops of my cheeks right here, and then also on my chin. So I don't know how well you can see that, but I definitely have some breakup right there on my chin. It's broken up a tiny bit. So I've had it on for about 5.5, maybe 6 hours. There's nothing that I can say that I didn't like. I think the one thing is that the ivory is still a little bit too dark for me, but I'm just extremely white, so I can't find a whole lot of shades that match my exact skin tone. So I just wanted to read some of the benefits that it claims to have. It says it'll give your skin a luminous glow. I definitely think that it made my skin luminous. It says it's oil-free, minimizes the appearance of oily shine. I'm not an oily person, so I can't say if that's true or not. And it's a lightweight formula. I definitely agree on that too. I feel like I can't really feel it on my face, and looking at it, it doesn't look like I'm caked with makeup. Then again, I didn't apply a whole lot. If you want a more full coverage look, you could probably apply more. I don't necessarily like a full coverage look. I tend to go for more of a light to medium. That's just me. And for that purpose, I think that this foundation is great. It covers the things that I wanted covered without looking cakey and heavy. Throughout the day, on me at least, it did break up a little bit, like I said, just on my chin and under my cheeks, but that's typically where I break up with any foundation that I'm wearing. So I am actually really enjoying this. I think that this may be my new go-to. I typically mix the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundation with the No. 7 Lift and Illuminate. I typically mix those together for my foundation, so I think I will be using this a little bit more and then possibly adding some white foundation drops to it just to make it a little bit lighter. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it and you'd like me to try other foundations or review other products, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.